Hi folks, well today we're going to be talking about how to design paperback covers using Affinity Publisher on the iPad. Now it's equally usable on the desktop of course, PC or Mac, but this is all done completely on the iPad. So for the road warriors out there, you can be sitting in your client's office perhaps and knock up a mock-up. Now there's a rhyme, just as quick as a wink. And away you go. Or you can do the whole cover right there on your iPad. Now, fortunately, KDP provide templates for this kind of thing, and that's what we're going to use in this exercise. Design stunning paperback book covers with Affinity Publisher. An easy guide to creating professional covers on iPad and desktop. This is Affinity Inspiration 2025. In the world of self-publishing and professional design, a striking book cover can make all the difference. While many people turn to online templates and generic design tools, mastering Affinity Publisher on iPad or desktop gives you the creative edge to craft unique, professional quality covers that truly stand out. This tutorial will guide you through the entire process of designing and producing eye-catching book covers for any genre, whether it's mystery, fantasy, romance or non-fiction. You'll learn essential techniques including setting up a print-ready book cover with correct dimensions and bleed settings, mastering typography and layout for maximum visual impact, using image composition and effects to create dynamic, attention-grabbing designs, integrating Affinity Photo and Designer for advanced editing and illustration, exporting your cover in high-quality resolution formats ready for print and digital design. By the end of this tutorial, you'll not only be able to design professional book covers, but also build a standout portfolio that sets you apart from the common web-based design methods used by many. Whether you're a self-publishing author, a freelance designer, or just looking to sharpen your skills, Affinity Publisher offers the tools you need to create stunning, market-ready book covers, all without relying on expensive software subscriptions. So let's dive in and start designing. Now we'll need to start with a template, and we'll use KDP, the easiest and quickest way. Finding your ideal template cover here. Go directly to kdp.amazon.com/cover-calculator. All you'll need is your page count. This is needed so you can accurately create the book spine. That's the number of pages you've written. So look at your book, how many pages have you written, and in this case, let's say 200. Enter your book titles here on the page you're presented with. Pretty much the same as I have here. When you're ready, select Calculate Dimensions. Now I've got 200 pages set in my book. And then you press Calculate Dimensions, and you're presented with your dimensions and the options to download a template of your cover. If you've made a mistake somewhere, you can recalculate the cover dimensions. You then download a zip file containing a PDF and a PNG image template, and you can use either one. The contents of the zip file. You can see it's quite a large file name, but it's 6 by 9 by 200. That's a 6 by 9 book by 200 pages. It's standard white. It's reading right to left, which is the normal way you read a book. It's a PDF and a PNG and a README file. Now I'm going to use the PDF version, I think, but you can choose the PNG one if you like. They're both exactly the same. We need to open one of them in Affinity Publisher to give us the overall dimensions of the document. Perhaps I should suggest that you use the PNG one. Open the version you want in Publisher. You could open the PNG version, but I prefer the PDF myself. But as I say, I'd recommend the PNG for newcomers. You may find the PNG version less problematic, as the PDF version contains lots of elements that may confuse you. So let's investigate this a bit. That's what you're presented with on your screen. The front cover is on the right, the spine is in the middle, and the back cover is the left pane. You don't need to worry about setting up a master page, it's all there. So let's begin designing the cover parts. Now if you read the text on that carefully, you'll see there's a trim line, a blue dashed line which is the spine fold. That's where the book actually folds on the spine. The white area is the live area, so anything in the white area will print. The red area is out of the live area, it's the bleed area, and there's a good chance that will be trimmed off to make it exactly 9 by 5. Now remove this template layer from the final artwork, or in the case of Publisher, you can just blank it out. Place 3 picture frames over the template, remembering that you must take the frames right out to the edges. The template includes the bleed. Now you have front, spine and back picture frames. And there's one that we've left out, so let's do that. Next, place a picture frame over the barcode yellow position. Make sure the dimensions are exactly right. You can't place the barcode anywhere else. That's where, if you're using KDP, because that's where KDP will place your barcode. So let's start the designing, shall we? Place the front cover image in the right-hand side picture frame. Select the picture frame and find your first image. Now we need to improve on the design by building a composite image. Now we've got our image in there. I've just dragged it in. It's in the picture frame. And you can see that in the layer stack there. I want to improve on this as it's not suitable as a cover image. It's just a picture of a train. It needs enhancing to make it stand out, to give it interest. Remember, this is your book cover. This is what will attract people's attention to it. Now we're going to keep it genre specific. Did I mention it's a murder mystery? So let's add some mystery. Select an image straight from the stock studio. I've selected a black and white image of a woman with a mystery feel to it. How many people forget about the stock studio? Thousands of images completely free to use. And that's one's just what we want. Make sure the girl layer is selected. Position the image just where you want it. You can adjust it later. Now this is important. Select the photo persona. Hopefully you have Affinity Photo installed as well by now, so you can select it. Select the gradient tool in the toolbar. In the options, select linear. A horizontal bar will appear. Drag the endpoints in so it's lined up with the underlying image of the train in this case. Select the left side dot and then select the colour option on the right hand panel selections. Slide the opacity down to about 25%, depending on your image of course, but in this case 25% is a good percentage. Now the train is visible. You'll see here that I've selected the image of the girl and resized it now to fit exactly where I want it for emphasis. You'll see the image boundaries, the blue line that goes right out there, but of course that won't print. You can easily make subtle adjustments here. You can adjust the opacity and all sorts of things there. Resize and reposition the image to suit the emphasis required. Good. Exit the photo persona back to the publish persona. Reposition the layer carefully so it forms part of the picture frame layer. Now we add the title and author. For this exercise, I want to add some genre-specific design to my cover. So I found a font called Sweetbloods that's perfect. Artistic text, 126 point, add a drop shadow to make it pop. Make sure it fits in the pink margins. You can see the pink margins just underneath there, and you want to be able to fit it into that, because if it goes into the pink margins, it won't print. Now the author. Artistic text again. The font is Helvetica New, 36 point. There's your front cover, straight out of your own archives. Next, the spine and the back cover. The spine, the width is 0.45 inches by 9.25 high. Make a plain white rectangle to fill the spine and place it in the spine picture frame. In this case, the font's 36% and the tracking is set to 65%. Now the back cover. This is the same size as the front cover and will contain the blank rectangle for the barcode. KDP will by default place the barcode here automatically. Others will differ. So we need 2 white rectangles to start with. Here you can see the 3 marker rectangles. The layer name helps you keep track. The opacity has been lowered so you can see their position. For the blurb, I'll actually put a text frame in here. For the back cover illustration, put an image frame in and leave the barcode white. So let's do that. The 3 layers are in place now. Note carefully the layer panel and layer positions. Do not put any text or images in the barcode panel. Now put the back cover image in for the back cover. Something suitable if you wish, or a plain coloured panel. I'll use a suitable image, I think, as a demonstration basically. Now there's the back cover. Note that the back cover complements the colouring of the front cover, but is in itself not an eye-catching image. As with the front, the image goes right out to the bleed line edges, out to the bleeding edge, to coin a phrase. And lastly, the blurb. Notice I've removed the coloured panel from the text layer. It's redundant now. So we are as good as finished. Only one more thing to do. Let's remove the barcode panel completely, including the back cover image section, cutting right through to the base layer. Select the designer persona if you have it. Highlight the 2 layers shown, the barcode and the picture frame. Open the geometry tool and select Subtract. That's your end result. Switch back to the publisher persona and you are all done. Export the cover in a format of your choice and save the cover. You can use the same process with any size book, using any of your own images. Finally, check your margins and bleed areas. Move the KDP template to the top of the layer stack and set its opacity to about 25%. Is everything within the safety areas? Let's take a closer look. The opacity is 50%, looking good. That's it, everything's within the boundaries. Anything I want people to see has to be in the white area of the design. So, all finished. That's what it looks like. And I've exported the image. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you will, tell your friends, and don't forget to share. See you in the next video.
Go ahead. Make my day. Subscribe.